Hey everyone, it's Classics Week, and this week what I want you to do is explore a classic piece of literature. On the PDF that we're going to go through together, I have some excerpts from some of the best of the best. This is not an exhaustive list. You may have a classic poem or a classic short story or a classic novel that you want to study. That's just fine. But the point is that this essay that you are writing needs to involve classic literature. And I want you to open your minds and go with me together while we run through this PDF and consider different options that you might want to pursue as you apply literary criticism to classic pieces of literature. Let's look at this together. Okay. These excerpts are included because I know they spark interest and offer you fascinating material to write about. You can see that these are listed in order. So let's just scroll down and notice that you do not have to go and make a purchase to study these readings. If you read a little bit of this and it's interesting to you, then go ahead and click on the link and read some more. Read the whole thing. And then you have something that's substantial that you can write about. Maybe you want to use this for essay number 2, or maybe you want to use it for essay number 4, or maybe you don't want to use it at all other than to mention it in the discussion board. You can use this in the writing center in OWL, the online writing lab. You can write your thoughts about this there as well. So I'm going to scroll down to another one. Okay, here's Dracula. We've all heard of Dracula, and you've seen films about Dracula. Did you know that Dracula is an epistolary novel? It's very interesting. It's written in excerpts from a journal. Very popular form of literature. And you might want to click on this tab, and research it and read it. It's not the easiest reading in the world, but you can always go to Cliff Notes or Spark Notes and get some help understanding the language. But this is a time-honored tradition of Dracula, and you have an opportunity to go to the original creation of the character if you're interested in that. This is The Haunted Mind, written by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Most of you in high school read The Scarlet Letter and watched The Crucible, and that's all you know about Nathaniel Hawthorne. The fact is, he's a fascinating writer. This short story, not novel, but this is a short story, is about that instant of a nightmare when a person thinks, did this happen? Did this really happen? This is really happening. Oh, is this really happening? And then in that second that the person described here wakes up, that instant before realizing that it's a dream is what's described here. It's fantastic. If that interests you, you can relate that to your own experiences, and there you would have a reader response. When you read this description of a nightmare, how can you relate that to your own life? That's what you would do with this sort of a short story. And this one is White Jacket by Herman Melville. It's another possibility that in high school you read Moby Dick, and that's a very famous sea story. But in my opinion, that novel is nowhere near the quality of White Jacket. If you like adventurous stories, stories on the ocean, seafaring stories, this is the ticket. Read this, relate to whatever dreams you have, or relate it to film, any number of things. So the point of this week is to read the classics, read one classic piece of literature, and consider it for some of the essay writing projects. That's it. Thanks, everybody.